guys, it's Kate from Sunnyside, and today I want to drop a video about my incredible, amazing Meishan Hogs. If you've been following along, you guys know that we invested in this particular breed because it checked off so many of our boxes, and it was just the perfect fit for our homestead and our farm here. So I just want to introduce you guys and give you a little update on our hogs, and then also just tell you a little bit more about this breed. For our homestead, one of the biggest reasons that we decided to go with the Meishan is because of the meat quality. We actually did a little experiment here in our house where we bought a store-bought pork chop. We had a pork chop from our previous breed, the GOS, that we raised here, and then my good friend Laura, who's actually the president of the Meishan Breeders Association, she has an amazing shop in Loganville, Georgia. Go check her out, Jensen Reserve. I went and bought some pork chops, some Meishan pork chops from her, and we grilled those suckers up. We just used a little bit of salt and pepper, and it was amazing to taste the difference. And it was actually a blind taste test, so we didn't know what we were tasting. But it was so easy to differentiate between the three. And honestly, I mean, the Meishan tasted like prime rib. It tasted like beef. It was so succulent. And that is because the meat's actually micro marbled. It was an incredible experience, and it really just kind of put the nail in the coffin, so to speak. Like, it just nailed it down for us. Like, we were so excited to jump in and invest in this breed. Another reason that we decided to go with the Meishan is because they are not very heavy tillers. So our first breed of hog was the Berkshire, and those guys, I mean, they tilled up the land quite nicely for us, but they also built these huge craters, and they were very destructive, and it was a lot of maintenance for us. So the GOS were somewhat similar, not as bad, but the Meishan are just, they're very easy on the land. There's not a whole lot of maintenance regarding them. The other reason we decided to go with the Meishan is because the breed itself, the hogs do not get very large, okay? So when you're talking about like commercially bred or even some other heritage breed of hogs, they can, the boars, the males, can get up to 600 pounds or more. And that can be scary. You know, it's a very large animal. And you know, we have children here, and we also like to host other kids coming by and checking out our farm. And so I wasn't looking for you know, that appealed to us, that, you know, the most that these guys will get up to is about 450, and that's very manageable. Very manageable, and they're so docile. That was another big plus for us, is because we do have small children and we do like to host kids at the farm. I did not want an aggressive breed, and the Meishan, they are so sweet and docile, and yeah, it was just a perfect fit. So we did invest in a gilt, which is a female hog, and her name is Eleanor. And she and I actually have a very special bond. You know, I love this little girl so much, and she's going to be doing some amazing things here at our farm. And we also have two other girls here that was kind of like a rescue situation, and they're thriving now. They're doing really great, and the rest are castrated males. Eleanor was born in May, so May, June, July, August, and now we're in September. So she's about 5 months old. And 6 months is a good time to breed this breed this particular, well, any breed of hog. Really, 6 months is a good time. But with the Meishan, actually, I mean, this could be considered a pro, it could be considered a con, but this particular breed gets sexually mature at a very, very young age of 10 weeks. So if you do plan to breed the Meishan, you know, by 8 weeks, you want to go ahead and separate your gilts from your boars, because they can breed with one another. From my understanding, it's just good to wait until they're about 6 months old so that they could just physically handle the pregnancy. And again, with this particular breed, this can be either considered a positive or a negative, but they are very prolific. And so what does that mean? That means that they have very high litter counts. You know, your average, you know, breed of hog may have like 6 to 10, maybe somewhere around there. The Meishan, I think the highest recorded in China was 48. And then here in the US, I think it was 22. And, you know, I've just been following some other Meishan breeders, and they're reporting 15, 16, 18 in one shot. So you have a lot of piglets at once. So you have to think about, you know, how are you going to sell or feed these piglets now and raise them up, because it's a lot, right? But again, this could be a positive, or, you know, it could be a negative. We have not bred Eleanor yet. She's going to be our breeder here at Sunnyside, because like I said, she's still 5 months old. And so, yeah, we haven't quite gotten down that road yet with our hogs, but, you know, it's always an adventure, and we're excited to, you know, get our hands into that side of raising hogs. But yeah, I just want to invite you guys to meet my pigs, and yeah, just have you see me hanging out with them. This is something that I do on the regular. This is my quiet time. This is my zen time. This is my decompressing, you know, when I need to come in and decompress from the day. I come and I hang out with my hogs, and yeah, I get real dirty, and I love it, and I love them so much, especially my sweet Eleanor. So, also, before we go in, I want to kind of explain our system here on what we do. So we have 11.5 acres, and most of it is wooded, so it's forest. And that is actually the natural environment for hogs. So I feel like our property is a great place to do some hog farming. And so what we have set up are dry lots, but we rotate. So this is our main dry lot where we start off piglets, because we do have a fence around the area, so it's more secure if they get kind of freaked out. I'm sure a lot of you maybe experience this, where pigs get freaked out and they don't care about the electric. And that is something that we use here too, because these pigs are so docile. I do not have to have you know, cattle panels or any kind of fence here on our farm. We just use electric fencing, and that's worked out really well for like our Berkshires, our GOSs, and now our Meishans. So we just run 4 lines, and we utilize the trees, and we put in some T-posts. So it's pretty affordable, and it's not that hard to move the fencing around. So this is our first dry lot, and then I'm going to take you to the second lot, and the second lot opens up to the third lot, which is new. And then we're planning on expanding the third lot, because we are in the perfect season of, you know, trees dropping their nuts and things like that, and leaves and all the good things that pigs love to eat. So let's go take a look. There's Rippy. Okay, so this is the first dry lot, and we utilize a rain barrel with the nipple system. And usually this is, you know, full of water We try to keep it like a little mud pool for them here. Looks like they took off the top of their little hut there. Just something that we are going to be in the process of building them more of a permanent shelter. So if you come through here, this is the second lot. As you can see, we have another rain barrel there. There's Eleanor. Eleanor, good looking pig. Hey, my sweet girl. Hi. So yeah, this is our second lot. And then I'm gonna take you through to the third. Have my whole, hey gang. Come on. All right, so this is the third lot here. And it's pretty big. It can't really tell where the wire is, but it runs all the way towards the back over there and here. So they have this whole area here to themselves, and we're planning on expanding back into the woods over there. Hi. Hi. Hi, lovies. Hi. 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 I know you want to hang out. I know you want to. This is Eleanor, and she is just the sweetest. She is just the sweetest. And mind you, I do not give her special treatment. I just come out here and I sit with all of them, and she just has latched on to me, and I have latched on to her, and she's my special sweet little girl. Hi. Yep, that's a part of being a hog farmer. You're gonna want to get dirty. This area has been built about a month ago, so as you can see, they're not very heavy on the land. They've gone through and tilled up some things and moved some logs around and things like that, but they're not heavy tillers, which is a lot easier to maintain because pigs are very destructive. Hi, my sweet girl. Come here. Now I understand some of the argument that you all could have of how can you love on these animals, have a relationship with them, and then eat them. Well, it's always up to the individual, but we raise our animals here with love, ethically, and we do have a relationship. So part of that relationship is that I give them a beautiful life. We take care of them. We allow them to act and behave and live out their lives as pigs should. And the trade-off is that they feed my family. It is a relationship that I have with them. We take very good care of our animals here for that reason. You know, there are plenty of people who choose to eat meat, but they don't have a relationship with that food, right? When you go and you shop at the grocery store, you don't know where that meat came from, how it was raised, who raised it, how it lived out its life. You don't have a relationship with it. You're just chewing your way through life, you know? There's also vegans and vegetarians that same thing. You really don't know how your food was made. And I would say vegans especially, most of the food that you consume is processed junk. And if you don't believe me, well, do your own due diligence and prove me wrong. So I think it matters how you raise an animal and what relationship you have with it. So is it difficult? Yeah, absolutely. It is very difficult to raise something, love it, and then have to let it go. But you know, that's the life that's a part of this realm, right? When you go and you get a new dog, you understand that one day you're going to lose that dog, and it's going to be painful. That's how things in this world work. And I think too much of our society is desensitized to the process of getting your food to the table, right? We're so disassociated with the practice of farming and raising meat or growing vegetables. It's very difficult. It's not easy, and I think too many of us take it for granted. So, you know, I decided that I wanted my hand in where the meat comes from for our family, and I made a very conscious decision on doing it ethically and loving these animals and giving them a good life. And the trade-off is that they feed and nourish my family. And you know, I encourage all of you to get to know some of your local farms and farmers, and support them, because now more than ever, I think a lot of people are waking up to just how terrible the food system is, the water system. And if we as a community can come together and support one another, then we really will need less of the corporations and daddy government. You know, if we don't like something that's going on in the mainstream in our current reality, you know, I hate to break it to you, but we're the ones that actually put those things there, right? Like, consumers, we have buying power. So if you don't like, you know, the way that meat is raised in industry farming, don't support it. You know, support local. And I know some of you will say, yeah, but you know, times are tough and things are expensive. I know, but so are medical bills, right? So like, you have to pick, am I going to invest in the food that I'm eating, or am I going to invest in the pills and the surgeries that I'm going to need later on in life, right? Like, it's again, it's a trade-off. So personally, I rather invest in my food, right, than in big pharma and you know, the medical industry, right? Because what you eat is directly correlates with all the major diseases out there: heart disease, diabetes, just to name a few. So I hope this resonates with you guys, but find local farmers that are doing amazing things in your community and support them, because the government is slowly and surely trying to do away with those that are trying to do something different. So anyways, I know we touched on a few different topics, but I did want to invite everyone to see what we're doing here at Sunnyside and introduce you to our Meishan Hogs that we are so very excited about, and encourage you all to just support local community and you know, really truly think about what you are consuming. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and thanks again for supporting us and you know, for joining us on this journey. Thanks again. Bye.